Morning thoughts. The people coming in, I have the utmost respect for you. There's a certain mindset that does that. All right. I respect that to the fullest. Shout out to my Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, truck drivers, long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the moms and pops, stay at home, working from home people. Shout out to the entrepreneurs. Shout out to the retirees. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person that wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Shout out to you. You're a good person. Now, here we are on another episode of Morning Thoughts. As my headline says, why I was crying yesterday, and we're going to talk about the two sisters as well. First, let me share why I was crying yesterday while people come in, and after we get to a certain number, then we'll start to talk about the two sisters. Listen, a lot of us are highly motivated people, right? That we go hard for success. We work hard. So when disappointment comes, we tend to feel down, right? Things don't fall through, things don't go the way you want things to go, and these kind of things. Mind you, I have two topics to talk about this morning. The first one is why I was crying yesterday, and the second one is about the two sisters. We'll get to the two sisters after I'm done talking about why I was crying yesterday. Big man thing, big man cry. You understand? There's something about us where we feel like, oh, man, not supposed to cry, big man. I cry, because I'm human. I'm human. Now, I was working on a deal. I was working on something, and this is pretty much last minute. I've been invested in this something for some time now, right? You see when the universe is showing you that something is not for you, when the Almighty Creator is telling you that this is not for you, and you still pushing and you push and say, no, it's for me. Sometimes we even convince ourselves that God said it is for you, even though it's not for you. So I think I found myself in one of those situations where I say I feel me, and I can't wait now for go motivate some more people with this. I just need the whole deal to fall through. You understand? And it never fell through. I got 3 disappointing phone calls yesterday, back to back to back, concerning the same deal, and the thing just didn't fall through. So I left my house. You know, I had my wife there, I had Kai there, and the baby there, and the big man don't cry thing. I left my house and jumped in the vehicle and said I was going to go take care of some business. I'm just drive around. And I'm driving around, and I realized that I started crying. And I was like, what? I mean, I talked to myself, I'm talking to myself in my vehicle as I'm driving. I said, why are you crying? You have so much to be thankful for already. This one thing that don't work out and you're crying. One thing didn't work out and you're crying. So my mind started to run through a checklist now. I said, you have children. Yes, this is me reasoning with me. You have children, right? SouFlo? Yes, may have children. All of them healthy? Yes, all of them healthy. You have money in the bank. As far as bills not killing you, you're not behind on bills. You don't owe anybody anything. That kind of stuff. I say, true. Because I remember days when I was broke and had to pawn my things in order to get money to pay bills. And then when I get a little money, I had to go pick up my things back, pay the pawn shop to get my things back, and repeat the cycle over and over. One of them kind of life that where you know you're not doing good financially. I say I'm way past those days. More things to be thankful for. You're healthy yourself, right? Yes. Enough people never woke up this morning with a new diagnosis or have been fighting a serious illness for some time now. That's not you. What are you crying for? Is this really worth tears? You know? Be thankful for what you have already, brother, is what I was telling myself. And my tears them start dry up when I start to think of all the things that I have. I have things, and I can be thankful. And then there are people that have way less things than me. Of course, there are many that have way more things than me, because I don't have nothing so much that is things, because I'm not a things person. But you have all the things you need. You have more than what you need. Be thankful, man. Cheer up, man. Regroup and go at it again. And to the people them who are going through these type of a struggle, man, and you're feeling like, God, may I put me all into it and it now work out, and I feel so disappointed and I want to quit. And don't give up. Don't give up. Just regroup. You understand? Sometimes you have to step away from something. We do it in business. We do it in life. Some people in our relationship where the relationship is killing you, whether it's a business relationship, work relationship, a personal relationship with a partner, the relationship itself is killing you. And you're dying in the relationship, but you're convincing yourself that this is the way, that this is what God has ordained for you and it'll go work. When all along you're being shown signs every step of the way that this is not for you. This is not for you. This is hurting you. You're enjoying the hurt. You even get to a point where you start to enjoy the hurt because you're telling yourself that it's just the process. You know, I'm going to have to go through it and the victory is going to feel sweeter in the end and these kind of things. So you're doing everything in your power to make things work is what I was doing. And I know others can relate too. This whole convincing ourselves that God said, you know, say enough people do wickedness and convince themselves that God said that's what needed to be done. And I just had a reflection moment where I had to really think, my youth, God really tell you that I feel? All the mumbo jumbo up and down you're going through with this. God really tell you that? I mean, I've been stressed, people. I have been stressed. It's not for me. So I woke up this morning thinking, I have to share this because I know some people out there go through this. And they're convinced that what it is they're going through is ordained for them and it's not. And they need to hear let go. They need to hear move on. They need to hear walk away. It's not for you. You've been shown many and many and many signs. And you know what they say. And me alone say it. You know what is said about hard ears who can't hear. And I thought, it's time to let go. It's time to let go. So I've let go of that deal, but I'm going to regroup. I'm going to come again. I'm going to fix what I need to fix, and I'm still going to accomplish it, but it is not going to be with that company that I was working with to get things accomplished. Now, with that being said, for those of you who live and work, say, for instance, in the US, or anywhere where you work and you have to pay taxes, anywhere where you have a government entity that will collect aggressively, like in the US, we have what's called the IRS. They will collect aggressively once you become so much in arrears and they decide it's time to come for you. For all my self-employed people, all my business people, when you do your 1099 paperwork or you do your whatever paperwork you do, you'd file your W-2s at the end of the year. Listen, I would have never known. So there was a blessing in that process I was going through, and it did not fall through because that one wasn't for me. This wasn't for me, but I had to go through it in order to learn this lesson. And I can now teach you, say, listen, pay attention to your tax papers, okay? Pay attention to your tax papers. For those of us who live in the US and conduct business in the US, this could come back to bite you big time because, you know, IRS deal with seizure and forfeiture of properties, as well as they dip right into your bank account, take it out directly. The IRS has the power to move like that. So you don't want to mess around with your taxes and anything like that. And now they have attached immigration to taxes. So one of the things that can make you actually deportable from the US is if you are here, crazy mistakes are being, it might not even be your fault, but some people, they make money under the table, right? Lots of money too. And they're telling themselves that they're going to get away with it. We're trying to live an upful, upright life. That way, when we put our head on our pillow at night and go to sleep, we're not paranoid. I wonder if somebody I go find out, say, I trick that thing there, I forged that paperwork. You have no worries like that, right? So we're clear in the mind now. I had to go through that deal to learn that you have to pay attention. I pay professional people on an annual basis to handle my taxes. And when I tell you that a big mistake was made on my taxes, a huge mistake was made on my taxes for 2019. And I did not catch it. It was going through this business deal that these people went and dug up everything. And when them dig up everything now, they confronted me with this. And I'm looking at it like I have no explanation for it. My only explanation sounded ignorant because it is my taxes. But in reality, we pay professionals to handle this because we are not versed in this field, right? It's just like going to court and trying to defend myself when I have attorneys that are schooled in law. So, I don't see how it would be held against me. Luckily, I also learned that they give a 3-year window for every tax that you file for you to review it, make sure nothing was wrong in it, and fix it. You have 3 years. That means when they come for you, you can't say, oh man, I just discovered this today. They're going to say you've been sitting on it for 3 years. A huge mistake was made on my taxes, and it cost me what I thought was for me yesterday. And I was so disappointed. I got in the vehicle, come never want my wife see me being that disappointed. And sometimes you get in a bad mood and you just take it out on the people that are around you, right? I don't want to take it out on my son. Him come run, daddy, 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 and I'm like, move, man. That and I don't want to take it out on my wife or take it out on the baby. So I jump in the car and drive around, me go breeze out. My lesson in all of that was I had to go through that part of the deal, that hardship to learn, but I learned. And first thing this morning, as the place opens up, I'm going to the tax office to correct this because it could come back to hurt me in a huge way. It's hurting me right now, business-wise. So for the people who are going through things, man, you're putting it all out there and you're giving it your all and you've convinced yourself that this a mine, this a mine, this a mine. God say for me. And it don't work out. Do a list check. Okay? You're healthy, strong. Your children, your close family members are good. You have the basics in life. You have a nice place you can sleep, comfortable place to lay your head, safe environment. You're able to provide. You're not hurting. Don't be disappointed. Just take it as a lesson. That was your lesson. That was my lesson in going through that. It wasn't for me, but I had to go through that to learn about the tax mistake that was made. Mr. One time, I see the numbers yesterday are frightened. I was frightened, and I'm talking without giving you the details of what kind of business it was I was doing and exactly the numbers in money and all that. But just know say is a number that frightened me. And when it was explained to me how that number applies to my taxes, it basically made it seem like I was trying to cheat the government out of thousands and thousands and thousands of US dollars. And I would have never caught it if I had not gone through that other business deal that had nothing to do with that. But because the people then pull me things, because you have to pretty much give a full disclosure of everything. It's because the people pull my things and they're questioning certain things that I was able to see it. So no, I didn't get the deal. I was disappointed. I'm no longer disappointed. I've learned. I've had time since last night to sleep on it, process it, think about it, wake up this morning and speak it out and then let it be. Also, let somebody else learn from it. Don't convince yourself that things are yours when it's not yours. All right. Now, shout out to the people coming in. We're going to move on now to the two sisters story because this story just got real interesting. Shout out to the people coming now, tuning in. But before I go further, remember when we did the video yesterday where we talk about the vaccine and the free vaccination that was promised by Andrew Holness. And I said to you, the audience, I said people are paying attention to us here on this platform. So we did the video. If you go look at the comment section in the video, there are a lot of people that are saying, me? No, not take it. My family, not taking it. Some people even said, I prefer go live in the woods. Some people are questioning with legitimacy. Why? Why us? Why no? Why these numbers look so different from a month ago? Like people's eyes are open, right? What kind of deal struck that made you able to give all this for free, etc., etc.? When I look, miss a big news conference call, big press conference call, and the Right Honorable Andrew Holness spoke addressing the exact same issue. I don't think it's coincidence. I think people are paying attention. And remember, yesterday I said, somebody of Andrew Holness's team, please forward this to him or show this to him or let him see it. People have legitimate concerns, so on and so forth. There were people on there that were saying, why are you scaring people? You still have not explained why you wouldn't take it. And my reply is, you did not watch the entire video and you did not listen carefully to what it was I said in the video. I clearly said that my children are vaccinated and so am I. Not that particular vaccination, but kept up with vaccination because my children live in the US and go to school here, and certain vaccines that are required for them to participate in public affairs, which makes those vaccinations mandatory. Because if it is required in order for you to get something or do something, then it is mandatory. All right, you still have the choice to not take it. You just won't be able to do those things. I said in the video, me not tell nobody. This is not an anti-vaccination video I'm making. Of course, you know, you still have some fool people that ran with it and said that's what I was doing. So, I clearly said in the video in my disclaimer multiple times. I said it at the beginning of the video. I said it in the middle of the video. I said it at the end of the video. So those people who only watch partial things will hear it at some point. Not trying to push no anti-vaccination agenda. Not telling the people don't or do. I am giving my opinion of how I feel about it and what I plan to do for me personally. And I'm putting legitimate questions on the table for the people to be able to think for themselves, ask the right questions, demand the proper answers, and make educated decisions about them life. That's it, right? I saw the press conference and I saw Honorable Brogard talking about the same thing. It wasn't coincidence. And I know it wasn't coincidence because this whole planning to give or offering free vaccination to every Jamaican when it comes out and it's safe and all these things, that was done 2 months ago. So why, when I cover it now, they jumped to give a reply to those questions that we asked right away? within a couple of hours. And not only that, the part where he said in the speech, the people must stop listening to fake news and the people must stop. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of when I'm in church, right? And I'm young and I'm seeking truth. And as you get older, you get wiser to life around you and you want to know truth. So when we're at church, I would approach the elders. I would approach the leaders. I would approach the pastor himself. I would approach anybody that I thought would have some logical answer to questions that I was asking. And you ask the question and you're told, don't question it. Don't question God. That's all you're told. Or you're told, stop believing what other people are telling you. Stop believing a fake news. But these are legitimate concerns. So to see him come out and tell the people that exactly what I said in the video, he clearly stated that when it is safe, when it is tested, and when it is safe, it is in writing. And in that other video, I gave you the article that I took it from. So you can go look for yourself, word for word, quote unquote, what he said. He clearly said that when it is tested and when it is safe, or safe and tested, then it will be available for free to every Jamaican. But that's not the answer though. That's not the answer. How do you know that it's safe is what we want to know. Our legitimate question yesterday, remember, I'm going to talk about the two sisters. We're getting to that one there. But I need to clear this up. Our legitimate question, we understand that you said when it is safe and when it is tested. That's what every leader would say. What? What's the alternative to that? They can't come in front of the people and say, yeah, we're going to fling it out, give you as soon as it's made. We won't be too sure if it's completely tested, but we're going to give it to you. They could never say that. So, but to back myself up, I use exactly the words he used. He said when it's tested and it's safe. But then I have to ask the question, how do you know it's safe? What kind of test was done on it? How do you know the long-term effects when it was developed so quickly and distributed so quickly after development? This is legitimate questioning. It bothers me when people have a problem when you have a legitimate question and they want to brush it to the side. It's a legitimate question. That question is not attached to no party. That question is not attached. That question is void of malice. That question is none of the above. That is a legitimate concern for every citizen. I want to know who tested it. I want to know who it's coming from. I want to know what kind of test was done on it. On a test it pan human, or on a test it pan papaya and goat, or on a test it pan tree and monkey. I want to know. I want to know what are the long-term effects and what legitimate studies you have that shows that long-term, I'm not going to be drooling on myself as my muscles disintegrate rapidly and I end up in a wheelchair 20 years from now. Or my children die of heart failure randomly or some kind of something like that. We want to know. Apparently it's not popular to question with legitimate questions those who govern. It looked like that's what it is. And remember I told y'all yesterday, I said there's so much censorship going on about what we can talk about, what we shouldn't talk about, to realize that this is the world in which we live. It's scary. If y'all talk about it, go talk about it in your house, to your own people, amongst your own friends. Don't build no platform and come out in the public and address it. We're going to either take your video down, we're going to flag your video, we might even send people to investigate you. I saw one young lady did a video on YouTube on the 3-letter word people kicking our door the next day. So we have to be careful out here. It's the kind of times we're living in. All right. Now, everybody that's smiling with you and promising you the world has your best interest at heart. Not everybody who give you a little something where seem like it's free is really giving you something good. Really examine what it is you're getting for free. Question where it came from. Question why you choose me to give it to for free. Right? Matter of fact, directly speaking about the vaccine, question its legitimacy. Question where it come from. Who make it? How much studies have been done on it? What are the long-term side effects? That's legitimate. And I saw the press conference and I was like, I know for a fact that they are, and it was a direct speak pertaining to that video. Directly. See that? So, big up on yourself, people. I want to say one more thing before I go into this story about the two sisters. I hope y'all know that we are being monitored. And I hope y'all know that there are code words, they call them. And these code words will trigger further investigation into your conversations. So everything is recorded. We're in the digital age, right? For those I don't know who love the sexting on camera and these kind of things, it's all recorded. All right. Somebody has a database of it. You like send pum pum pics and you like send titty pics and you like send body pics and you like send wee wee pics. They're all being recorded. Where it came from, who sent it, when you sent it, who you sent it to, who sent one back to you. You went naked on live with your boo. All these things are all being recorded. Every conversation is being recorded. Every action is being recorded. A database is being built specifically on you. So there are code words. They don't have enough to monitor every single thing. So they have code words that will throw a warning. So for instance, you say Bill Gates, code word. There's a team that will look directly into every conversation you have that has anything to do with that word. And just like that, they're in your business closer than ever before. Now you're on a list to be watched. That kind of stuff. So I want you to understand that this is real and it's happening real. That's why I encourage people, I say, listen, don't watch what you're saying online. Sometimes you get real emotional about what you're feeling and you just want to, because it's easy. You're not speaking in anybody's face. You just, because you're on the phone, your two thumbs do the work, or you're on a laptop and you just fire off your feelings in words. Depending on what you're saying when you fire off them feelings there in words, you might be making yourself a target and you don't even know it. Then you'll see some other things happen down the line and you connect the dots. That's the halfway point of the show. And now we are going to go into the sisters' story. All right. Manners and respect, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Grand Rising. We say up, up, up. And that means wake up, wise up, and rise up. That's how we're there with it. All right. So a story was printed yesterday that says bullets for beating. Now with the two sisters, remember the whole incident. I don't know. For those of you, I'm going to drag your memory in about 60 seconds. Two sisters. It was one of them birthday and she come out of the house, decides that she'll get a little bottle of rum and mix it with some things and have a couple of drinks with her friends. A few people have gathered to celebrate and thing. Normal day in Jamaica for her. She went to Western Union, pick up some money, coming back, and all these things. Two gunmen jump out, bam, 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 shoot up her and her sister. That's how the story went, right? There were other people on the scene who fled the scene. And we have questions, and the questions were, if they come for you in a group of people and only you and your sister get killed, then obviously this was about you and your sister. So we were just narrowing things in and hoping that law enforcement on the ground do their job and bring it all in, right? All right. There were 3 stories that were given, and I told you the 3 stories that were out there. One was about partner draw money. It was about partner draw money. That was one story. It was said that the mom, something in a partner draw and run off with people money or mash up partner and this. That was one. The other story was about they after the family because their brother who was shot at in the same location where Fidem argument took place with. It was 3 stories out there, and it turns out that now they have a lead to a story. But this part of the story now we're gonna talk about. So the article, for those of you who listen, Bullets for Beating was printed in the Observer out of Jamaica, Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. Today is the 23rd. And it says that cops believe that wounded pride pushed a vendor to order the murder of these 2 sisters in Mona Commons. Wounded pride. So me have to go read the article because I'm saying wounded pride. Boy, some of them money are grow very emotional, especially new generation men. I don't know what happened, but I don't know. I guess we moved into a time where women wanted their men to be more softer, more refined. Because when I was growing up, like, I realized that women like rough men. I know rough means say your hygiene is not up to par and these things. Rough meaning like him know if he lift up the car hood and at least get the oil change or at least check the oil. Him know if he cut the lawn, mow the grass, and him do the yard work on him. You know what I say? Him rough. Him not rough to you, but as in rough you up, but rough as in man. But it got to a time where things changed, and then you had the metros, and women like that, where the man clothes became tighter like hers, and him a jump for going on him jeans like how him woman a jump for going on for jeans. Them thing that make me laugh. It's like, woman jeans so tight, right? To look like she have to jump for going on. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. Beyonce sing about it. If you ain't got to jump to fit in your jeans, you ain't got my problems or you don't understand my problems. It look like we will move to a time where the man them jump for going on them jeans too. So I don't know the woman them look like them want man where she have to help her man for going on them jeans too. All right, babe, you help me and then me help you. Y'all get ready for go out with your boo-boo, right? You help me, I help you. Man a arch eyebrow and put on makeup and these things. So you in the mirror put on makeup now too as your wife put on makeup. Me not understand them thing there. And you and she rock the same hairstyle, hairdos, and she put in weave, you put in weave and wig too. And we've moved into a different time, a time that I'm not from. You see? So I'm trying to understand. Woman rebuff you, she said no, or I have a man, I no conversation, nothing, and you feel like you want, done the woman. The big thing, that girl, or in many cases in Jamaica, physically harm the woman because you can't get her. We've moved to a different time. Now in this story get really, really funny in one way, but not in another way. So a major manhunt is now on for a vendor who police believe ordered the fatal shooting of the 2 sisters in Mona Commons, St. Andrew last Thursday. So apparently now they have zeroed in on somebody, and it is believed that he was the one that ordered the murder. You see how murder easy? That's why I keep telling y'all. You see how it's easy to order murders? Is a vendor, I know. I don't know, rich man with whole heap of wealth. Gone are the days when you had to have wealth and tall links. Now they order murders frivolously. And because the little young youth, them, the boy, them, when they want do nothing good with their life are all over the place, it's easy to get, if one won't do it, another will. You afraid? Yo, me I go eat a piece of food there. Mash that works there. That easy. So anyhow, the police are also in pursuit of two men who pulled the trigger. So you have the guy who ordered it, you have two men who pulled the trigger, and you have another person who helped them to ride the bike. Because if you remember the story, a two-bike pull-up with 4 men. 2 men on each bike. 2 men on each bike. While the two jumped off the bike, the 2 men were riding on the back, the pillons jumped off of the bike and went to go do the shooting. The other 2 who ride the bike, control the bike, they had the bike waiting, waiting for them to complete it, to jump back on the bike. Right? So the police are in pursuit of 2 men who pulled the triggers amid reports that they are from the section of Augustown known as African Gardens. So they even have intelligence that tells them where these 2 men are from. They have not released the identity of the 2 men. And this is one thing where I always say that Jamaican news fails because we can be on top of it. If you're wanted in a crime that is as serious as this, I believe that your face should be all over the news. Your face should be all over newspaper everywhere so that people can bring this to an end quickly. But if you're just going to tell us you're looking for 2 men who come from Monaco, well, a whole heap of man over there, sir. We don't know who you talking about. And we definitely don't want to go point to the wrong person. So what y'all tell we say? These are just things that we can tighten up on to make things better, to make crimes getting solved more efficiently, more speedily, right? So the 2 sisters, 31-year-old Shauna K. Tiffany Hunter, she was 23 years old. Tassie Martell were fatally shot meters away from their gate. The saddest part of that story for me was when cons start beating up people, when gunshots start busting up. You can imagine the fright of a mother that realized that she's being chased. A man have guns steady upon her. And you can imagine she run and pick up her picnic because it's the only thing she's thinking is get my child to safety. And she get gunned down right in the doorway as her mother went inside. And her mom said she was coming out. She was trying to come back outside. She heard the bow, 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 bow. And she couldn't push the door because that's where her daughter fell. With the little baby on top of her. She had tried to cover her baby, run inside, get her baby to safety. But whoever did this had the sense to hit her up and not the baby. And he did it with a steady hand. This is somebody where steady upon what them do. Because she had the baby there. Right? And she get hit up. And the baby never get hit. Well, sources say, now according to the Jamaica Observer sources, days after the September 3rd general election, the 2 sisters were sitting outside of their gate when a political argument developed with a man who operates a stall in the community, which is directly across from the main entrance to the University Hospital of the West Indies. Days after the general election, couple of days after, right? And I saw her in her PNP colors, one of the sisters. So it's an argument will develop over politics as far as what they're hearing from their intelligence. It's an argument that developed over politics. It went from politics to fist to cuff. And somebody got cuff up. Now the sources says that the argument became increasingly bitter until the man pulled a knife and advanced threateningly towards one of the sisters, which was Martell. Hey girl, me stab you like no, that kind of something there. At that point, it is said that her other sister jumped in. And again, according to the Observer source, exactly in their words, quote unquote, the two sisters then beat him properly in front of him, woman. So as a man will get jumped by two girls, two sisters, the two sisters then beat him properly in front of him, woman. I could see how that could be embarrassing, but what kind of man is going to stand around arguing with a woman long enough for her to want to fight you, to you actually engaging in a physical fight with her and her sister? What kind of man are going to pull out a knife over a conversation about politics on a woman? Forget pulling it out on anybody else, cause it wrong either way, even if it's a next man. But you pull out a knife on a woman. This is people that were there that saw the incident allegedly are giving their account. This is the same intelligence that the police is working off of, right? At this point, her sister intervened when he pulled the knife out. Woman can say some, and I keep telling my brothers this, man. Woman can say some things, you see? Yo, me not care how tough of a man, cause me see some Jamaican man like them trace hours. Leave it alone, brother. Say what you have to say and go about your business. Like I said before, my grandfather told me this as a kid and I didn't even realize what he was saying till now I am grown. A woman's strength is in her mouth. When she tell you some things, the things that make you want to dig up somewhere and bury yourself, right? So if you stand around and you feed on this, you're going to end up like you want to fight her because your strength as a man is in your fists. But now you end up a fight a woman. Thump up a woman for what? Over a conversation that you didn't agree with what she said? And this goes to speak to a bigger issue which we're going to get into. Conflict resolution amongst our people. The quickness to resort to violence over any little thing. And extreme violence as well. Yes, Brains, babe, you're in here this morning. All right, so wifey's in the house and she say a girl's strength them have. Yes. And that's why earlier I said this new generation overly emotional can't walk it out. Hey, girl, if it dead enough. I can't imagine that. Worse than that, I can't even imagine having friends that were willing to actually ride a bike with me on it. Now, I'm stupid enough, right, to want to go kill these sisters. Let me finish the article. It says, at some point, the sister intervened on her sister's behalf, and, quote unquote, from eyewitness, the two sisters then beat him properly in front of him, woman, you know, who was allegedly the one who was pushing the argument in the first place. So his woman was allegedly pushing the argument with the other two sisters, right? Or with the sister. And him jumping and defending his woman, I guess, pull out knife on the other woman. You see? Man gone in a woman argument. And I draw a knife. A two woman argue, you know. For him take him woman and say, babes, come, loud that. Make them go and talk. You feel the need to kill. Worse now, after you draw a knife, two sisters beat you. And beat you properly. In front. And people don't act like it can't happen. There's a video going around right now, and the video wasn't made up. Legitimate video, because there's no way that that brother so big. Like, if you big, like he was in overweight status, if you big like that, you would now fall down playing and bend your knee like that. It's a little skinny girl. And she has said, what? What? Bring it. And this big man I talk about, what? She must take boxing lessons somewhere or something. I don't know if she grew up with her father, teacher of a fight man, or she have brothers or something. But her gender did not stop her from doing what she did to this man. The man swing and miss, and she catch a corner him jaw around there, so. And his one punch she gave him. And in front of all these people, this big man drop. So don't think a woman can beat a man. But this man get beat right in front of woman. Now if two women beat me in front of brains, me I feel embarrassed that two women beat me. And people would have it for say, oh, a girl beat him up. But I could assure you it's probably because I wasn't fighting them like how I would fight a man. And maybe I was even trying to get away so I don't have to fight women. But some man don't stay like that. Some man actually want to really fight the woman. Like you have to fight a box a woman, kick thump fight a woman, like you fighting a man. And then she beat you. You gave him give it, yo, me have to take serious thing, make joke. He gave it his best shot and then beat him. The two of them beat him properly in front of him, woman, is what it says right here. The source said the man is also linked to known thugs in the area. And he vowed revenge at the scene. I go kill him, you know. Let's say a word, man. Dead on the dead. All you? Now, this was what was printed, right? It is believed that Thursday afternoon shooting incident while the sister and their friends celebrated Martel's birthday is directly connected to that threat. He made the threat and he made good on the threat. Them kind of something here we do to each other, I see. And remember, you know, this woman, the mother of these two girls, these were her only children. Her only children. So to live to come see 51 years old, your youngest is 23, and I forgot how old the other sister is, and to see them gunned down at your door in your yard like this, you know? To think of a friend, a so-called friend, that would actually help me to do this, that's why me no keep friend. Because I don't want nobody throwing no battery in my back. If I'm gonna have friends that are close friends, it has to be close friends where I gotta tell me, say, yo, my youth, you know, say I eat that thing you pre. God no, really. You and the girl them fight, right? I want some friend that's gonna reason like to me with like this. That's why I tend to keep older people as associates, or if me I go draw them in as friend and close. I tend to keep older people, more wiser people, that more reflective people that's been through some life, that can tell me some things. So when me young and my head hot and I feel like I want to mash up the place and I'm calling my friend to come help me, I want my friend stop and say, wait, tell me the whole story, what really happened? And when I tell them the story now, so you get beat, I want them laugh. Yo dog, no, me have to laugh. Me not laugh still, but me have to laugh. But here what? Eat that thing you pre, my youth. So you really are gonna kill the girl them. No, I can't do it. I'm not joining you with it. I'm gonna make you know right now, say, everybody around here say no, say me and you par. So when police come and dig up my place and ask me questions, I probably gonna call your name, dog, if you go do it. If I say you talk to each other, if you call yourself dog or God or whatever. But I want people talk sense to me. You know what I say? I want people to talk sense to me. I want friends that will say, no, it's stupid. You're going to dash for your life. SouFlo, sit down and listen and look. 35 years of prison. That work that? I made me really think to myself now and say, after me, no Batman. No offense to Batman. No offense to the LGBTQ RSTUVWXYZ. I fool no think that, but I'm not that. So I don't find no comfort in living in close quarters with other men. I don't want to do it a day, a week. I did it for 10 years. I was in the army. I was in the infantry. The infantry roll a different way. A beer man there on which part we there. We have a thing we call shit, shower, and shave. You do that with man right next to you. So in a sense, for me, it was like a prison life. I don't want to live that. I don't want to live 30 years, 20 years, 35 years in a close quarters with a man. Him pooping at the cellar and me smell it. More friends who are going to tell me the truth. And make me know, say, me not do that with your dad. You go do that, eat that something there by yourself if that's what you want to do. That's for your life. But it not worth it here. These brothers have friends. What say, come, make we go do it. I don't know what they smoking. I don't know what them drink together. What make 4 people brain left them all at once. But they had friends that were willing to ride the bike, take them to the murder scene, knowing what it was they were going to do. Wait there for them while them hear gunshot a bus and no says their friend doing it. You know that's your friends over there killing 2 women. And you're waiting for them to get back so you can do an escape with them. And then you're going to do what? Go hide and roll up a spliff and laugh and talk about, yo, dog, I'm saying, yo, it a run her down, you know, I'm saying, girl, running on, she buck her toe and drop. And when she drop me, give her 2, boy. And she get up and still a running on. I go run down pan her again, Mr. She pick up a little baby, you see. And when she pick up a baby, you know, I'm sure I just beat up on she and the baby, but me try, you know. I go over her, because I didn't want to kill the youth still. So I go over, I saw them go talk about it. Crazy. Crazy. These people exist among us people. And it's that easy for you to have a little disagreement with somebody. Why is it so easy for us to kill each other like that? I don't want to hear nothing about no poverty. I've heard it before. And I don't want to hear about no government. I've heard it before. This particular thing, they were arguing over politics, right? If that be the proven story. If them didn't argue over politics, I want to tell you something. Andrew don't give 2 farts about any of them. All the other people who run them party here, JLP, PMP, district councillor / none of them give 2 farts about you like that. None of them not going to fight each other. When I say Andrew, I go argue with nobody to the point where them fight. None of them. It's just like when I do dancehall. You know, remember I used to do a lot of dancehall music review? Because I love dancehall music, you know. Even the foolishness part of the music, I love it. And I used to do a lot of reviews, but I just couldn't stand the negativity in the comment section because it was overwhelming. I still get negativity in the comment section now, but it is more of an intelligent audience that this has drawn in. But anytime I do dancehall thing, you say something about Mavado. Up under your mother, your good, clean, gracious, God-given mother man want to send you. How my mother who will come into this? For the simplest of things. And people, I promise you, if you bust out your head back when them see your road. That level of wickedness that we're so easy, we tap into it so easily for each other. I don't see, me not say we have the same strength for other people. I'm observing my people. I've been observing them my whole life. I don't see the same anger. I don't see the same resentment. I don't see the same quickness to violence for other people. Yeah, we're coming down to the end of the show. We have about 6 minutes left. Somebody says that the live is freezing. I can't help that. And at this point, I'm definitely not going to stop and start over. So bear with the 6 minutes. Hopefully it will buffer out. We've been having some kind of funny weather here, and it's been affecting the internet. All right. I'm gonna say the kind of deep resentment we have towards each other, and you tap into violence so quick. Head for bust out, blood for splash everywhere, marrow for fly upon wall. All you picking them for dead. And they've done it. Can't catch Quark or catch him shot. Man, I get gunned down right in front of them picnic school, going to pick his kids up from school. Being a responsible dad, doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, me no know. We tap into a different level of violence for each other. And then I watch how we interact around other people. And it look like we worship them. Them could have do it wrong 1 million times. We find every excuse in the book. The other day, I was thinking to myself when I went to my mechanic. My mechanic is actually a Jamaican man that is rather successful where I come from. And the man own a huge mechanic place. I would just call it, with multiple bays. I think him have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bay. And he's a Jamaican man. These are the people that I would actually like to sit with and discuss, like how them come here from Jamaica a long time ago, and they've made something huge of themselves, and they're humble. Them people that you want to look to for guidance, them people you want to look to for, tell me about him experiences, what kind of steps he take, how he made it this far, how he's accomplished so much, them kind of something there. If not draw knowledge from him, at least draw strength from him. So there are a couple of times I've brought my vehicle there, and the vehicle come back with not so satisfactory work. And I got vexed. I'm a carrot, go get a white man the next time. And guess what? The white man fix it. He don't see me as somebody he even want to have a conversation with. It's business for him. Him fix it and him get back to me and him get him money. See, with my Jamaican, though, when me go, me hold a vibes. Have big people talk. Not only that, if him do something and it don't work, I can always go back to him and say, listen, the last time you fixed this, it never worked good enough. Like 2 days later, it start knock again. And him say, yeah, really? No, all right, make we look on it again. All right, this is how I go on. Right? And I had to be very careful to just tear away from him and go give my business to others. Because I think about how many times, one time I carried my vehicle to a same person, white people, that I always used to go to. And the man them just serviced my vehicle and left the fan belt loose. So I'm driving down the road, high speed. Next thing me hear, it come in like somebody under my hood. I chop up everything inside there with 2 machete. Wap, bop, 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 bop. Me I said, the vehicle going to explode. Jump, jump, jump in the middle of a busy intersection. Fan belt, bus, fly off. The fan belt, the fan itself, blade, fly round under the hood, chop up my radiator, bust up everything in there. And I just paid hundreds of dollars from those people. And the thought that I actually went back to those people because I was so quick to be upset with my Jamaican brother because I asked him, do I work? And I pay him to do the work and it wasn't done satisfactory. I was so quick to switch on my own, right? So I have to say to myself, say, no, SouFlo, I used to support black businesses. So if something offends you, I would prefer you go tell your brother that. Boss, listen. I come here so all the time, I spend my money, you are the person I trust. You know my vehicle, them run road hard. I could be in Florida today and I could be in Georgia tomorrow. I run road long distance hard. I could be in Texas. So me need to look out for my vehicle properly. I wasn't satisfied the last 2 times and it made me feel like I needed to go to somebody else. Tell them that. Now go out the door, go bad talk them. And then carry your business, go get other people who don't care about you. And then when them do you wrong, you still go back to them and you find excuses to go back to them. You know, this thing that we have for our own, where it is so easy to not forgive our own. It is so easy to turn your back on, to abandon, to disrespect your own. At the highest levels of disrespect, we're at the top of the hour, lights went out. at the highest levels of disrespect for the smallest of things. But in front of other people, it's yes, ma'am, and no, sir, and thank you, I appreciate you. And you give them the utmost respect. All when them disrespect you, you still go there. Something wrong with we. I am convinced something is wrong with us. Something serious is wrong with us. And for those of us who are conscious of this, then we need to make changes. And make changes, like Michael Jackson said, it starts with the man in the mirror. Woman in the mirror. Make changes starting with yourself. Conscious change. Conscious effort to make change. I had to reflect. I had to take the time to say, look at you. You are run, go back to them. Who your fan belt fly off and chop up everything under your hood. I had to put in a new radiator. I had to get everything done over on that vehicle. That's why the vehicle is a 1997 vehicle and I still have it. And you will see me out a road anytime I drive it, go everywhere, anywhere. Because I chop up everything under there and I had to replace everything. But you're quick to go back to them though. And what? Give them more business. But your own people do a little one thing and miss a one thing. It didn't leave you on the side of the road. It just didn't make a funny sound again. Right? We have to make a conscious decision to make changes. Conflict resolution. We have an issue with. Yes, family, JB, a real thing. We live in it. So we talk it, don't? And in our own mistakes, we must realize that we're not the only one that are making these. There's nothing that you're going through in your life that somebody else close by you is not experiencing. God forbid, you lose your mother today, somebody lost theirs today as well, or lost theirs yesterday, or is about to lose theirs tomorrow. You get a new diagnosis of some sickness where, boy, this is heart-rendering. Somebody else is going through the same thing. You and your spouse argue, and rah. And it's been weeks now when you're not talking and you're in the same house and you feel like you need to left a relationship and somebody else I go through the same. Nothing you're going through is unique to only you. We live life, man, and we go through human experiences. We learn and teach from what we learn. And then this is how we can actually help others for recognize as well and make conscious efforts for change for the better. Don't be one of them people that say, "Cha, it no matter if me change because me one can't change anything." Yes, you can. You alone can change a lot. Stop thinking you're not powerful because you are. You alone can change a lot. For instance, me alone, if I change, me alone, conscious effort put into addressing and changing certain things, and then attempting to teach from my own experience. If I don't affect anybody out there, I know for a fact that I affect 6 children that are mine. You can change a lot. And be conscious of the fact that children follow us. Other people follow us. We have to do better. Man in the mirror, fam. Man in the mirror. Manners and respect, people. Thank you for tuning in. We're 4 minutes past the hour. And I'll catch you tomorrow morning right here on Morning Thoughts with SouFLoTV. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. I ask people to like all the time. Half of them not even like the video. I ask people to comment. I get a lot of comments. I ask people to share. Majority of them don't even share the videos. I ask people to watch the commercials. 30 seconds of a commercial. Them skip past them as fast as they can. But it's all good. I get up every day and I give because I love doing this. I've found a platform where we can affect change, positive change. Yeah? So we love to do this regardless. So like, comment, share, and subscribe to those who really vibe with the thing. Manners and respect to everybody who tunes in, because you could be anywhere else. Love yourself, respect yourself. When you truly love and respect yourself, you'll realize that you won't stand for certain treatment and certain things. Even deeper than that, you won't do those kind of things to other people. You understand? You won't do those kind of things to other people. And that's you effectively affecting change. Is one less bugoyaga. In my grandparents' word. Bugoyaga. I worst thing them can call you, you know. Anyhow, I'll catch you tomorrow morning, man. Bless up and keep God in your life here. All right. I'm out. Peace.